Some people are incredibly fortunate in terms of wealth. Even if they aren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, luck is on their side and they strike gold later in life. Some of these people ended up finding historic treasures, including ancient gold coins buried in a field and invaluable religious inscriptions. And surprisingly, not all of these were unearthed by experts. In some cases, amateurs try to use metal detectors and manage to transform their lives. In today's video, we'll introduce you to some of these fortunate people who discovered valuable treasures out of the blue. Make sure you watch till the end and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Treasure in the field. In certain areas, use of metal detectors is very popular. People go outside to detect potential precious metals, but it requires a lot of patience, maybe efforts for years. James Hyatt proved to be uniquely lucky. On his very first trip to the field, he got the opportunity of his life. Little Hyatt got permission from his father and grandfather to try out their metal detector. They happily encouraged him to try his luck. Right in the beginning, he hit the right piece of land. His father and grandfather both started digging the spot and discovered the treasure. It was a 500-year-old reliquary having religious objects dating back to the reign of King Henry VIII. The treasure included some gold items. One locket was considered to be worth $3.2 million. The total amount of treasure was distributed equally between the Hyatt family and the owner of the field. James's grandfather decided that after buying a nice metal detector for their son, the remaining amount of their share was to go to the children. The treasure was placed on display in a museum in a well-maintained hall, and detailed research was carried out about all items. Caesarea sunken treasure. In 2015, the most important treasure of Israeli history was discovered by a diver who'd been diving and swimming in the same area for dozens of times. This time, he sighted something glittering in the sand. On a bit of investigation, he discovered a few gold coins. However, later efforts led to the discovery of 2,000 gold coins, which were buried off in the ocean floor. Probably a storm had uncovered the treasure, and another storm was expected to hit the area soon, which would have led to its disappearance. Therefore, a group of divers quickly started to collect the coins. Initially, the local authorities were enraged as they considered the activities of divers an attempt to loot the treasure. Subsequent analysis of the coins proved that it was the unprecedented discovery of historical context of the region. It indicated that the region had been a hub of trade in the past. It's guessed that the diver willingly handed over the coins to the local authorities, who placed these in a museum for display, and no appraisal was shared about the worth of the treasure. People considered it a priceless cultural artifact. Some rumors suggest that it might be worth billions. Staffordshire Hoard. Terry Herbert had been an active member of a metal detecting club for years, but was unsuccessful to find some big trove. Therefore, he considered giving up this activity. Fortunately, still, he continued, and soon he stumbled onto the biggest discovery of all times. His discovery was given unprecedented attention by the news channels. His discovery of Stafford's Hoard is considered to be the biggest discovery of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver metalwork. The origin of these artifacts is traced back to 650 to 675 AD. The trove includes objects ranging from sword hilts and crosses to gem-embellished rings and a golden head of a horse. It measured about 11 pounds of gold. Each of these items was carefully excavated, examined in detail, and restored to their seemingly original condition. The trove was bought at a cost of about $4 million by the Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery. The treasure did not change the lifestyle of Terry, who remains a member of the metal detecting club of his small town. Most interestingly, he had purchased his metal detector for just $3. The Titanic Treasure. The most well-known shipwreck of the last century is the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. In 1997, Leonardo DiCaprio made the movie, which led it to the top stories. In 1912, the unfortunate ship was considered to be unsinkable and set sail with 1,500 passengers on board, then hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean. Bob Ballard, a legendary underwater archaeologist, discovered the remains of the shipwreck of the Titanic. For this purpose, he used a deep-sea vehicle known as the Argo, which took images of the sunken ship. Following the improvements in technology, more voyagers had been sent to discover more about the ship. Several treasure pieces and historical artifacts have been discovered from the ship wreckage. 2 years after its first discovery, another expedition was sent which succeeded in finding a leather satchel filled with diamonds, valued at millions of dollars. It's believed that there was a necklace on the ship that was valued at about $20,000. It would be priced at around $500 million as per current currency valuation. The artifacts found in the Titanic were estimated to collectively cost over $200 million. The Black Swan Project. In the past, one had to fight with pirates to protect the treasure, but nowadays one would be required to fight with lawyers. Odyssey Marine Exploration launched the Black Swan Project. They were able to recover huge treasures which included 17 tons of coins from the frigate called Nuestra Senora de las Mercedes, which had sunk in 1804 off the coast of Portugal. In 2007, it was made public. It got a Hollywood adaptation called La Fortune Out with Stanley Tucci. The project was subjected to an extended legal arbitration which proved to be a curse. Spain laid a claim to the treasure as the ship was originally Spanish. Ultimately, the court ordered Odyssey Marine Exploration to hand over the treasure to the Spanish government for placing in museums, and also had to pay $1 million for abusive litigation. Despite that, legal battles continue over the ownership of the treasure. Undiscovered treasure of Temple 12 team. Movies like Uncharted and Tomb Raider depict treasure hunters as the top superheroes. A real superhero treasure hunter team was known as the Temple 12, who were obsessed and working for over 30 years. They'd been searching dead ends for a 1,000-year-old treasure buried deep in some area of Finland. They worked day and night, 7 days a week. The famous Lemminkinnen Horn is supposedly a massive collection of treasures. The landowner disclosed that his family knew about this secret treasure trove for generations and had been functioning as the guardians of the cave since the 10th century. The Temple 12 team has claimed that they are just meters away from discovering the treasure. It's thought that the hoard consists of numerous 18-karat gold statues, about 1,000 historical artifacts, and 50,000 gemstones, including rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and diamonds. This trove is estimated to value about $20 billion. Let's wait and see. The Cuberdale Hoard. In May 1840, two workmen stumbled upon a lead box that contained 8,600 items, including silver coins, English jewellery, hack silver, and ingots. The Cuberdale Hoard is considered to be the biggest Viking hoard ever discovered. The treasure is traced back to the Viking raids of 898. The coins are believed to have come from all over the world, including the kingdoms of Eastern England, Byzantine Empire, Scandinavia, and North Italy. This collection is second to the one found in Sweden in 1999. It was presented to Queen Victoria and displayed in a British museum. The dutiful workmen surrendered the complete treasure to the government. Both were allowed to keep one coin each, but no one knows whether they opted to sell the coins or keep them as heirlooms. Lost crypto gold. How would people react to buried treasure in the 21st century, and what would it look like? Nowadays, people deal in currency and the age of physically buried treasure is probably over. However, evidence shows that Bitcoin also resembles the sort of gold rush which we can see in the 21st century. Several people have made small fortunes through the cryptocurrency craze, but a large number of people have suffered huge losses due to their ambitiousness. There are a large number of people who are utterly confused about this crazy currency. An IT expert, James Howell, made a great fortune by mining Bitcoin. After years of hard work, he had to cash his 7,500 coins. Unfortunately, he faced a problem as he lost the access key stored on a hard drive. While trying to open his access key, he realized that his 20-gigabyte hard drive was just blank. His fortune key was not traceable. It seems that he threw the real hard drive in the garbage, which might have been to the dump. Desperately, he set for a 21st century treasure hunt. He started searching for his hard drive in the local garbage dump. Obsessed with the desire to get back his drive, he offered $70 million for getting permission to dig the landfill up and continue his efforts to search. This modern-day treasure hunt is continuing as James Howell digs through decades of garbage for finding his lost crypto treasure. It seems that his crypto gold is worth $273 million. Captain William Kidd's treasure. Famous pirate Captain William Kidd was eventually brought to the heels by the British authorities. It's claimed that he had secretly buried 40,000 British pounds. Captain William tried to bargain with the government by disclosing the location of the treasure, but the government had none of it. The British government executed him in 1701, and information about the location of the treasure became a mystery. For treasure hunters, it naturally became a big deal during the following centuries. People thought that the possibility of recovering the treasure was over, but in 2015, a surprise news showed that the treasure had been found by US explorer Barry Clifford, who stumbled upon a great trove in Madagascar, which led him on the track of William Kidd. While using his metal detector, he had encountered a 110-pound silver ingot. He analysed the ingot and declared that he discovered the treasure, which made him the greatest treasure hunter of all time by solving this centuries-old mystery. He also earned a good fortune. Social media and news organisations went wild with the excitement of disclosing the mystery of Kidd's treasure. But Clifford's team could not discover the remaining treasure. Scientific and technical boards studied the finds and concluded that Kidd's mystery still prevails. The silver ingot recovered by Clifford was displayed at a museum. The treasure of San Jose. Most of metal detecting folk try their luck on the land, but experts believe that a lot of the treasures are buried under the water. They've estimated that the ocean holds about 20 million tons of gold. It simply means that the oceans possess over $1 trillion in forgotten treasure. In June 1708, a Spanish galleon ship called San Jose was traveling from Panama to Colombia. It encountered some British ships which sank the San Jose somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. It was believed that the treasure on the ship included several pieces of gold, silver and emeralds. For the past few centuries, this treasure has been a major attraction for treasure hunters. The Remus 6000, an underwater unmanned vehicle costing about $4 million, was used by the Colombian Navy to discover San Jose in 2015. They realized that it truly was the holy grail of shipwrecks. The historical relics found in this shipwreck treasure included over 11 million doubloons, which probably cost about $14 billion in today's currency value. The overall cost of the trove is estimated to be about $22 billion, which makes it the largest ever found treasure trove so far. Subsequently, in 2018, the Colombian government declared it to be a state secret and conducted an extensive study of the shipwreck to ensure the preservation of its secrets. Well, would you like to get a metal detector and try your luck in finding treasure? Do share your views in the comment section below. We'll be back soon with another video full of mind-boggling stories. Until then, have a great time and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.